Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. We are from Group 1. We're here want to present our topic about the Palestine and Israel conflict. But before we go to the topic, let me introduce our group member. The first is myself, Syaratul Mutia Mazhar Masiming as a moderator, and the presenters are A.M. Rai Putra Fajar Ramadan as presenter 1, Kevin Luzan de Freitas as a presenter 2, Diki Iskandar as a presenter 3, and the last is Firda Agustia Rimawan as a presenter 4. So without any further ado, let's go to our topic. The presenter, the time is yours.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I will be discussing the origins of Israeli presence in Palestine. My presentation will cover the historical background, key events, and major figures that shaped this period. Let's start with some historical context. Firstly, let's look at the historical background. The origins of the Israeli presence in Palestine began with the Zionist movement in the late 19th century. Zionism was a movement aimed at establishing a Jewish homeland in Palestine. Now, let's move on to some key events that were crucial in this process. Okay, to begin with, Theodor Herzl and the Zionist movement played a significant role. Theodor Herzl, a key figure in Zionism, organized the first Zionist Congress in 1897. This Congress aimed to establish a Jewish homeland in Palestine. Next, we have the Balfour Declaration of 1917. In this year, British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour issued the Balfour Declaration, which supported the establishment of a Jewish homeland in Palestine. This declaration significantly encouraged Jewish immigration to the region. Moving on, let's discuss the period of the British Mandate from 1920 to 1948. After World War I, Britain took control of Palestine. During this mandate, Jewish immigration increased, which led to rising tension with the Arab population. Okay, in conclusion, the origins of Israeli presence in Palestine can be traced back to the Zionist movement in the late 19th century, driven by key events like First Zionist Congress, the Balfour Declaration, and the British Mandate. These elements collectively paved the way for the establishment of the Jewish homeland in Palestine. Okay, thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation has provided you with a clear understanding of the historical context and key events leading to the Israeli presence in Palestine. Now, I would like to hand it back to our moderator who will be introduce the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. My name is Kevin Luzan de Freitas. I'm a student from Telkom University. Today I'm going to share my presentation about the reasons why Israel attacked Palestine. First, Balfour Declaration 1917. During the Ottoman rule, Britain finally took over the Palestinian territory. This territorial takeover was reinforced by a mandate from the League of Nations. Since then, hundreds of thousands of Jews have moved to the area. Jewish leaders strongly welcomed the results of the UN decision, which stated that the Palestinian territory would be divided into two, namely Palestinian Arabs and Jewish. This decision conflicted with Arab Jewish citizens, resulting in the conflict that is occurring to this day. Second, division of territories by the UN 1947. The division of territory carried out by the UN in 1947 triggered the conflict between Israel and Palestine. The UN divided the Palestinian territory into two countries. One is a Jewish country, and the other is an Arab country. Palestine of course rejected this decision because it did not want to give 55% of Palestine to Jewish.
Okay, and now the impact of the Palestine-Israel conflict on the global economy. First, oil price fluctuation. The Middle East is one of the world's biggest oil producer. When there is trouble in this region, it affects the price of oil all over the world. This trouble happened because many countries need the oil from this area. The price of oil can go up because of these problems. Second, disruption to international trade. The conflict can stop international trade. This affects global supply chain and the price of important goods. The conflict forces people to rethink how they do global trade because of political issues. Disruption cause restriction of goods movement, impact on logistic and supply chains, disruption at ports and borders, price and supply uncertainty. In the third impact, financial sector impact, the conflict creates uncertainty in global financial markets. During these times, investors look for safer investment, which affect the price of stocks and bonds. Okay, and next, loss of investment. Ongoing political problem and fighting make investors hesitant to invest in the region. This slow economic growth in the Middle East and reduce investment opportunities. In the last impact is geopolitical uncertainty. The conflict creates uncertainty that negatively affect global financial markets and investment. This uncertainty affects stability and security around the world in several ways, like unresolved peace negotiation, regional tension, global impact, and changes in power dynamic. Okay, in summary, the Palestine-Israel conflict has significant impact on the global economy, including oil price fluctuation, disruption to international trade, financial market uncertainty, reduced investment, and increased geopolitical instability. And that's the impact of the Palestine-Israel conflict. Back to the Muti. Thank you very much.
Yes, I am Tirda Gustia Rimawan. Will explain the support to Palestine from Israel pressure. Support for Palestine under Israel pressure, historical ties and solidarity with the Palestine cause. Indonesia has historical ties with the Palestine people, especially during Indonesia early phase of independence. Muhsin, 2015. Opposition to colonialism and support for self-determination. Based on history, it is important for Indonesia to fight for and support the independence of Palestine. This is relevant to the preamble of the 1945 Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia, which states that all forms of colonialism in the world must be abolished as the are contrary to humanity and justice. Farhur Rahman, 2015. Diplomatic recognition and establishment of the Palestinian Embassy. Indonesia officially recognized Palestine in 1988 and
in 1990, the Palestine Embassy was established in Jakarta. Mundur 2019. Condemnation of Israel aggression and support for Arab nation. Indonesia's support for Palestine independence began with Sukarno opposition to Israel military aggression and his support for Arab nation. Satris 2019. Proposal and invitation at international forum. In 2006, President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono reaffirmed Indonesia support for the liberation of Palestine. Later, President Joko Widodo proposed 6th proposal opposing the United States recognition of East Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Mundur 2019.
So that was the presentation from our group. We apologize if there are mistakes in the words or statement we convey. We excuse ourselves. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.